Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
So check it out. The D6 Squad has merch now. We got hoodies, tees, mugs, whatever you need. Check it out. Link in the description. What's going on YouTube? D546. It's taken me a while to get this film session out. I was really on the Jamar Chase hype train. Now it's looking like he's not going to fall here. It's actually looking like the wide receiver that could most likely fall to the Giants is the receiver I thought that would never fall to the Giants because of the college hype he was getting, and that's Devontae Smith. But this film session is going to be about Jaylen Waddle. Now, Jaylen Waddle is an interesting kind of prospect because when you say what his strengths are, I mean, most of it is because of his speed. It's mostly because of his speed. And I don't want him to get lumped in as just a one-trick pony, as just a speed guy. But his speed is so great and his acceleration in tight spaces is so great that I hate when people make these comparisons to guys that are still in college. But he's Tyreek Hill. When you look at him on tape, if you put another jersey on him, if you put him in a Chiefs jersey, put number 10 on the back of that jersey, he looks exactly like Tyreek Hill. They even run the same. I mean, he might be, a couple inches taller than Tyreek Hill, but he looks exactly like Tyreek Hill running. So this first play, I mean, we're just going to just see speed. So he's going to come out 17, speed. I mean, the reason that this route happens, the reason that any of this happens is because people are scared. They're scared of his speed. And if you send him on a comeback, if you send him on a hitch route, if you're Jason Garrett and you send this dude on a hitch route, he's going to be open. Because look at 11. Look at 11. Look at 17. And look at the difference in separation. People are so scared of the speed that he's going to be able to do this consistently. He's going to get the ball, boom, and now he's in open field. And the thing is, people just have already compared him to Tyreek Hill, but let's look at, I'll show a couple of plays from Tyreek Hill, but let's look at McCole Hardman here. It's the same play. You're going to see Hardman come out and run a slant right here in the middle of the field. He's going to run his slant route, barely get any space, get the ball, and just separate with just pure speed. This is the first play that I thought of when I saw that Waddle play. I thought of this play. And this is the kind of nightmare that you can have when you have a receiver that is a actual receiver, not just a return guy, and has the ability to catch the ball and accelerate in tight space like this. I mean, McCole Hardman, he's underrated in itself, but the ability that he provides to be able to do that, to have him and Tyreek Hill able to just separate in any second like that is ridiculous. And this is another play here. 17, you see him here on the screen. I mean, angles do not matter when you have people that are this fast. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference. He's just going to get this ball. And right here, you're thinking, okay, this guy right here is going to have a shot at him. If he slows him down, then this guy's going to be able to catch up. But he just turns on the Jets, and he just leaves people. It just consistently happens. And I don't know if they marked that as a touchdown or not. I couldn't necessarily see. But that just shows you the kind of ability and the kind of dimension he can provide for your team by just being able to just catch the ball and accelerate. And you're going to have Tyreek Hill right here. Just another example as we go back to Kansas City. You're going to have Tyreek Hill come out of the slot and run a route that Alabama actually runs with Waddle quite a bit. He's going to run pretty much kind of like a mini wheel route to kind of avoid this press. And he's just going to use his speed. And that's something that you just cannot teach in football. You just can't teach it, no matter how great of a route runner, which Tyreek Hill is getting better and better. And if you want to be honest, Waddle is years and years ahead of Tyreek Hill as far as polished as a receiver. We didn't see this Tyreek Hill until about 3 or 4 years ago. So he's going to run this mini kind of wheel route, and he's just going to just use speed and just run past everyone. And that's something that you can do when you have someone that's running a 4-2. That's probably the fastest man on the field at any time. There's no DBs that are keeping up with people in this league. And then here is pretty much the same thing. You have Waddle right here in the slot, and he's going to pretty much run the same route. Run that same route. Get down the field. Catch this ball. And that's it. That's separate. And right here, you're going to see a little slant and go. Waddle is going to slant and just go. He's just going to slant and go right up the field. And again, I mean, I hate to reiterate just how much the speed counts for, but it's very, very important. As you see him, he's also very precise. That's the thing I think that separates him and Tyreek Hill is controlled speed. There's a lot of guys who have that straight line speed who can run that streak, but that can be schemed. But he's got the quickness and the precise route running to go along with the speed. He has a slant route. He's already got him beat here. And as you see him start to bite down on this slant, he turns up the field. And there's nothing you can do. This safety is shooken out of his shoes because the safety's trying to come down to help on that slant. And you see the safety pop into the screen. And you're not gonna keep up with this dude flat-footed. And it's just curtains. It's just curtains. Just curtains. Okay, so this is going to be a part of the session where I talk a little bit more about his route running because that's something that's very underrated. He probably, I would say, I mean, Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase are such great route runners, but he's definitely up there. Kadarius Toney's up there. We got a lot of great route runners in this draft, and he's definitely someone who can really run some routes. He's not the flashy kind of route runner, but his cuts are so quick, and people usually are not able to keep up with him. So he's going to come out right here in the slot. And his steps are so quick that I have it still in slow motion. And he's still almost faking left and going right. Just the nuance of placing this left foot into the ground gets this defender to commit and hesitate. And then as he turns, there's just no keeping up with that. And then he goes right up the middle. And I just showed this play, but just seeing it from this angle, it just shows the precise ability to just make those two cuts and accelerate without really losing any speed. Because I'll show you this in real time. I mean, he's not losing my speed at all. He runs the same speed pretty much the whole time. And of course, you're going to see him accelerate here. But to be moving like this out of a standing still motion is ridiculous. So here we're going to see more of an out and up. We've seen a sluggo. This is kind of like an opposite of a sluggo where you run out almost like an outward slant and then you go up the field. So he's in the slot again, 17, right where you see the second 15 Alabama logo. He's going to run out. And then he's just going to get up the field, something that you see Tyreek Hill do. This is a technique that they use a lot of times to beat kind of more physical coverage. It's where if you let this dude get his running start, you're not going to be able to put your hands on him because he's too quick and he's too fast. So he just gets to the outside here. And at this point, he's stacked him. He's in front of him. His shoulder's in front of him. He's completely past the defender. And when you're that much faster, there's not much you can really do. Now, luckily for the defender, this ball isn't placed exactly where it needs to be placed. But luckily, Jaylen Waddle goes up. And he ends up dropping this. But he's got the defender draped all over him. This is pass interference. Now, of course, next time you want to see him catch it. But this is pass interference. But it just shows you that he can go up to this top shelf. And this is something else I wanted to highlight. We're back 17 in the slot. And I know a lot of you guys are going to see the reoccurring thing of him being in the slot. He's played outside. He can play in the slot. He can play pretty much everywhere. I have no doubt that he could line up and be a number one receiver. I really have no doubt about that. The speed and the route running, they translate all over the field. You can play him at running back if you really wanted to. I mean, you don't necessarily want him at running back, of course. But this speed and quickness translate all over the field to pretty much every skill position besides quarterback, of course. So you're going to see him run this out route. And I just love the way he runs these routes. His transition is so subtle that you don't even realize that he's made the transition until he's gone, because there's not a waste of motion. There's no wasted motion here. As he's running this route, you have no jab outside, and he just runs about 10 yards, kind of rounds this out a little, but it's so seamless that it's still effective. And he creates that space, and then at this point, it's a foot race, and you know he's going to win it. And he drags it toe. Getting ready for the NFL. And in this section of the video, this is going to be the last section. I usually save this kind of section for the last part, but this is for all my people who wanted to say that he's too little. You don't need to draft someone who's under 6 feet. We need someone that's 6'6". I'm all good for that. I would love a receiver that was dominant, that was 6'4", 6'5", that was a beast like that. I would love it. But also, we have to acknowledge that Jaylen Waddle can't go up and get the football with the best of them. He really can in this draft. So you're going to see him create this separation just from pure speed and have this separation, and the ball gets underthrown. And he's able to stop, locate the ball, because let's be honest, vertical goes into it, height goes into it. But one of the biggest things about being able to be a jump ball kind of receiver is having superior ball skills. Evan Ingram is 6'3". He can jump. He can leap. He can jump as high as he wants. He's 6'3". He consistently is not a jump ball target for us because he does not have great ball skills. He can't stand on the ground, let alone jumping over 3 people catching passes. But Jaylen Waddle was able to stop, locate the ball, decide when he needs to go up and get this over a defender, and he just goes up to the top shelf and takes it. And what does this remind you of? Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl last year. Stop, the ball is underthrown, let me go up and get it. And people will say, why are you getting mossed by a 5'8", 5'9" receiver? Because they have superior ball skills. That's why they're playing receiver. That's why Tyreek is getting paid the big bucks. And I mean, this dude is really the closest thing I've seen to him. I've never seen so much of a clone. I've just never seen it. And like I said, that's not just a rare occurrence. This happens regularly. This happens normally for Jaylen Waddle. This time the ball is in the air and Waddle is in some traffic, and he's just going to go up and just show that he has superior ball skills. He jumps over everyone, snatches that out of the air, and comes down with it. And let's see it from a second angle. Let's see this from a second angle. As he goes up fearlessly in between 2 defenders, up on a completely different level than everybody else, and just snatches it out of the air. I think he's got like a 40-inch vertical. And in this last play, we're going to have him coming out of the slot again. And he's just going to get vertical. And it's just not fair. Whenever they want to send a blitz like this, it looks like a cover 2, but this safety ends up taking him and try to man him up. As you're going to see the broadcast, they ended up circling this, which is like, I don't know why they're doing this. And they disguise it as a cover 2, and they end up playing man. They send a blitz with no help over the top, because you have, first off, you have an all-star team across here. I think this is actually Jerry Jeudy right here. Pretty sure this is 2019. You got Henry Ruggs right beside Jaylen Waddle. So, I mean, there's not much you can do on a defense. But you definitely don't want to play man across the board with no safety help when you have 3 first-round wide receivers. 3 first-round wide receivers all lined up. Devontae Smith at this point couldn't even get playing time. Couldn't even get significant playing time. Over these guys, on a week-to-week basis. So you leave everyone singled up. You're probably worried about Ruggs too, but he just runs through everybody. Runs through everything. And just so easy, the ball is underthrown. And look at Waddle. Go up. And just tell me that he can't go up and get the ball. Tell me that this receiver is too short to go up and get the ball. Because this is a high point if I've ever seen one. And he comes down with it. So just like most film sessions, I pause it right here in the middle of this highlight play. And I just want to give my quick summarized thoughts of Jaylen Waddle. I might have a couple of more videos on him and on some of the other top receivers as we get closer to the draft, depending on what rumors come out, whatever the case may be. But Jaylen Waddle he's a freak, a physical freak. He's about 5'10", and that's really his only weakness. He's a great route runner. He is supremely fast. He is controlled fast. I just have to say it. He's Tyreek Hill. He looks exactly like Tyreek Hill, and not the Tyreek Hill in college, a refined Tyreek Hill. He looks like a refined Tyreek Hill that we've seen the past 3 or 4 years, except he's still in college. He has that same speed under control. He has that ability to catch the ball in traffic and then accelerate away from that traffic, and has the real ability to catch the ball and score from anywhere on the field. And we do not have any receiver that can do that besides Saquon. Darius Slayton is someone who has speed, but he does not have the yards after the catch potential that this dude Jaylen Waddle will have. And I would definitely be really happy to have Jaylen Waddle on my team. If I'm any team in the league, I really feel like this is the next Tyreek Hill. I feel like he has the potential to be better because he's already as refined a route runner as Tyreek Hill, and he's still in college. So if he can continue to improve on his route running, on his catching, on everything that you learn in the NFL, the nuances of the game, waiting for the ball to come in at the last second, not giving away, where the ball is coming to the defender as it's in the air. Just all the nuances of the NFL. He can legitimately be a top 5 receiver very early on with his physical tools. So you guys let me know what you think of Jaylen Waddle. I think he's a Tyreek Hill clone. I think he can be better than Tyreek Hill. And I think he immediately makes this Giants team a whole lot better. So if you made it this deep into the video, I'm calling you a D6 squad member. If you're a D6 squad member, you got to hit that subscribe button. You got to turn on that notification bell. And listen, I make all kinds of content for NFL teams. So if you're not a Giants fan, don't worry. I'll cover your team. If I'm not covering your team, let me know. And have a good one.